Google is pushing out a second update to the Pixel 10 series phones this month. This is exclusive to the Pixel 10. So the Pixel 10, the 10 Pro, the 10 Pro XL. And there's not a whole lot to go off of. It's like 30.95 megabytes, so right about 31 megabytes. And yeah, it just it says that it's for critical update for performance and bug fixes and to make it run better, I guess. So not a whole lot there, but other than I think there's one comment from something that maybe some Verizon customers reported the display looking fuzzy, but this is just a small patch, small maintenance patch, but I hope this small patch is part of a larger thing because there have been some people complaining about inconsistency when it comes to like the battery life and a few other small things. But at least one nice thing is when it comes to the Pixel 10 series phones, I think they've had a really smooth launch. I really feel like the phones have come out. I feel like they've delivered. I feel like they've been doing a pretty good job, other than the typical complaints about the benchmarks and the GPU and all that stuff. And in light of the iPhone 17, yeah, there's a lot of people who are looking at these phones and be like, okay, should I get the iPhone 17? Should I get the Pixel? And well, I'll talk about that more in this video. But anyway, so you can go ahead and get the update now. It started rolling out yesterday. Go ahead and swipe down from your settings, go to System Update, and go ahead and update it. And that's something that, go ahead and do at your leisure time. This isn't like a big quarterly feature drop. It's not like Material 3 and all those great things. But when it comes to the Pixel 10 phones, one, I like to see that they're doing this. Because I used to complain years ago, I used to complain a lot. And they would take forever to address things whenever it came to bugs or things that need to be fixed or patches and stuff like that. First of all, they never admit that anything was wrong, and then it would take them forever to patch it. So I really like seeing this kind of spot maintenance patch, especially for the new Pixel 10 phones, even though we don't know necessarily what it's for. But hopefully what it does is it just makes the phone run even smoother and more optimized. And it would be nice if maybe they got a little bit better battery life out of it. The battery life on the Pixel 10 series phones has been okay. It's not like the greatest in the world. I feel like it's still pretty much on par with last year. And I think people really wanted to see a bigger leap in that department, especially dropping down to the Tensor 5 with the 3nm processor and all those great things. And I got to say, I think Google's doing a lot of great things when it comes to Android 16 right now. That's really bright. You can't see that. So whenever it comes to the different phones, I've been testing a lot of phones, and I'm going to pick up my iPhone 17 Pro Max tomorrow, so I'll have some content about that. My wife's getting the iPhone Air, and I'm really interested in that, but iOS 26 is still not that great. So I've been using iOS 26. I got into the beta because with my iPhone 16 Pro Max, my battery life was terrible. And it's crazy because when the phone first came out, it felt like it was pretty good. It felt like it was an improvement over the iPhone 15 series, which was abysmal. And then it just seems like after a month or two, the battery life just got terrible and I was having some heating issues. So a few months ago when they put out the public beta, you could opt in for iOS 26. I'm like, you know what? I don't do betas, but I'll try it. It can't be worse, right? And we went through all the different stuff with liquid glass and optimization and things like that. But even though the official iOS 26 is still out, I'm still having issues. One thing that's frustrating to me is it seems like half the time when I go try and send a picture to somebody, like I'm texting, I open it up, send a picture, it's just like black. There's just like a black bar and it won't let me send any photos. So I think we're long past the days of the whole Apple, it just works. It seems like they're just accepting the fact that they put out buggy products now. Well, the Pixel 10, on the other side of the coin, it just seems to me like over the last couple of years has gotten better and better and better. It's the smoothest process. I think it's the most enjoyable user experience I've got on a phone this year whenever it comes to like the core operating system itself. I love the haptics on the Pixel whenever you're typing, and it's still the best. It's such a pleasure to type on it. Of course, the other system haptics have gotten better too, and there's just a lot to like here. I've really enjoyed the Pixel 10 Pro XL, the 10 Pro, the 10, and I think that they've had a great launch. I think they've done a good job with the phones, and Android 16 feels like I think it's the best out there in smartphones right now. You take a look at iOS 26, it's been a buggy mess and through the beta, and now the public version is out there. I'm still having some of those problems. I'm interested to see how it works whenever I get the new iPhone 17 Pro Max tomorrow, because of course it's designed for all that stuff. It's the latest and greatest. And I'm going to do, I think, a fresh start and just install everything myself this time. Because I feel like as I restore it every year, it's just carrying over a lot of the baggage that I've had from the previous phones. So I'm going to see if that puts everything on the straight and narrow with that phone. But I really enjoyed the Pixel 10 series phones. I love the design. I love the look. This color is just so beautiful on the Pixel 10 Pro, 10 Pro XL. It's nice. We got the Qi wireless charging now, Qi 2.2 in here, which is nice. So you can use that to charge wireless up to 25 watts with your MagSafe or your Pixel Snap accessories. And big, beautiful screen. They upped the brightness a little bit more. And it feels good. I feel like the last couple of years, like Google had something to prove maybe. With the Pixel 6, it's showing up, all the excitement, then having the problems there. And then moving on to the Pixel 7, the Pixel 8. There's been so many complaints every year. It's always something. Like, it's always something. And this year, of course, people are always complaining about something anyway. But I feel like this is the first launch where it's not... I don't feel like they need to prove themselves. It's just a matter of, do you want a Pixel phone? Do you want an iPhone? Or do you want a Samsung phone? Or a Motorola. Here in the US, you get a flip phone and things like that. But by and large, the big three, whenever it comes to most smartphones that you'll see on store shelves or whatever in the US, is you've got an iPhone, you got a Samsung phone, and you got the Pixel phones. And I really feel like now they're kind of, each is their own separate little shop, right? So before it was, okay, you want an Android phone, you get a Samsung phone. Like a lot of people, just gravitate towards Samsung. They got so many phones, so many price points. And then Google came along, and with the Pixel phones the last couple of years, now we've got the Fold as well. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold will be out in just a couple of weeks. I'm excited about that. But I feel like with what Google has done with Material U and then now Material 3, and really changing a lot of stuff fundamentally with what you get with the operating system and the user interface, it's clean, it's polished, it's refined. It feels unique now. Before the Pixel 6, I hated using Pixel phones because it just felt like any other stock, run-of-the-mill, nothing special about it phone. Like, I would pick one up and I'm like, cool, I love the camera, but the operating system is just so bland. Like, I felt like I was using Windows 95 when everybody else was using, like, Windows 10. You know, it's one of those things where it just felt... I know they were really trying to keep it intentionally stock, but stock was just not cool. I really didn't enjoy it. And then when Material U came out with the Pixel 6, I'm like, all right, I like this. I like a lot of the things. I like a lot of this individualization and customization and unique stuff that Google's doing with the software. And now with Material 3, I really enjoy it. So before, if you use Android, Samsung was kind of like the standout. They did their own thing. You got One UI and all the special stuff, and people complaining about the bloatware even to this day because there's two messaging apps on the phone, or there's two calendars on the phone or whatever. I know you got 256 storage, but heaven forbid that 18 megabyte calendar. But it just feels really unique. The Pixel and Material 3 Expressive to me feels as unique as One UI does. And it really stands out. And then all the AI integration and things like that. It's like people know, okay, if you want AI and you want the best camera, you get Google. If you want a lot of the different options, you want the foldables, you want the 200 megapixel camera, you want the Ultra, you go with Samsung. And then there's the folks who like the iPhones. So I think that there's really three major distinct categories now where it's like, okay, it's not so much that Samsung and Google are necessarily Android, because they're completely different flavors, even though it's the same operating system. They're two very clear and distinct choices for many reasons. So I feel like Google's done a really good job of standing out. And so much so, some people would even say that, Apple is copying the camera bar and things like that. It's funny, every year these phones come out and people are like, oh, so-and-so copied so-and-so. So-and-so copied so-and-so. Oh, this so-and-so copied that. It just cracks me up. It's like there's only so many things that you can do with the phone at this point. But yeah, I like Google has their own standout design. They've got their standout software. They got their standout AI. They got their standout camera. There's more reasons than ever to pick up a Pixel phone. And at the end of the day, I think it offers a really good experience. I think it offers a very competitive flagship experience, 7 years of support, all that great stuff. And you can go, okay, I want a new phone, but what can the phone do for me? What's out there? And then also we've got the Pixel Watch 4, we got the Pixel Buds Pro 2. There's more stuff than ever in many ways that are kind of evolving along with the ecosphere for Google. So it's like everyone's kind of got their stuff. And it's nice to see it because I do like stuff. I still got my original Apple Watch Ultra, and I still don't feel the need to get the Apple Watch Ultra 3. It's a very good watch. The Pixel Watch 4, I can't wait for that one to come out. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra, I really enjoyed using that one for several months. I have it in blue and I have it in white. So I like that there's more choice. Well, there's not more choice than ever. Like we're missing HTC, we're missing BlackBerry, we're missing LG. But I like the setup now where there are some major options that are very well built out that have their own ecospheres. And really, I think Google offers a lot of different flavors that make it special, that make people want to gravitate towards it. And it's funny because I was at the AT&T store the other day dealing with my wife's upgrade, and I was talking to the guy there. He knows about my YouTube channel. He's been working there for years. He's like, yeah, man, we've been selling a lot of Pixels. Like, we've been selling more Pixels than the Motorola phones for sure. And he's like, honestly, we've been selling a lot more Pixel phones than even some of the Samsung phones lately. So he said people really like Gemini. They really like the AI. Of course, they love the camera. But he said a lot of people really are starting to pick up on the whole AI thing. And that's what they're showing up and getting Pixels for. So I think Pixels still got the leg up, especially over Apple in that department. But anyway, I know this is just kind of like a software update video. It's what it started off as. But I was just doing some reflecting and thinking, especially as I've been using so many of these phones this year and just the progression of where we're at with the Pixel phones. I think the Pixel 10 series phones, I think they're fantastic. I think they've done a good job, and I've been enjoying using them. So that's all I got. Go ahead and get your update. Again, this is only for the Pixel 10, 10 Pro, 10 Pro XL. This is not for the other ones. So again, it's just like an optimization update, make the phone run better, and yeah, we'll see if it amounts to anything. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.